In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere at the international airport transformed like a scene from a movie that had spiraled out of control. Cameras suddenly flashed, screams pierced the air, and a stream of people moved aimlessly. Amidst the chaos, one name shook the world once again. BTS had arrived in America, and the moment instantly became the center of global attention even before they stepped through the arrival's gate. No one was truly prepared for what happened next. Thousands of fans had waited for hours, some even crying in disbelief that they were finally in the same city as their idols. When the automatic doors opened, the atmosphere changed completely, as if the entire world had paused to witness one grand, unrepeatable arrival. Among the crowd, Jungkook's name became the center of an explosion of emotion. Every tiny movement caught on camera went viral within seconds. Cheers rose, hands shot up, and phones filled the air like man-made stars trying to capture a moment in history. Not far away, Jimin walked with a calm composure that only intensified the chaos around him. The contrast between the calm of one figure and the wave of emotion surrounding him created a scene that was difficult to describe in words. It was as if the world was witnessing two realities colliding at the same point. This arrival was no ordinary trip. It was part of a massive, long-awaited 2026 tour. After their impressive performance in Mexico City, public expectations had skyrocketed, and all eyes were now on the United States, where the next chapter of their journey would begin. Outside the airport, the streets were already filled with fans from various countries. Flags, light sticks, and posters filled every corner. There was no empty space, just a sea of people moving like one vast entity guided by a common emotion. When the group finally came into view in the distance, the sound of voices turned into a wave of indistinguishable screams of joy and tears of emotion. Some fans collapsed, unable to contain their emotions after a long wait that felt like years. Inside the vehicle taking them to Stanford, the atmosphere was calmer. But outside, the world felt like a digital hurricane. Social media exploded, trending topics changed every second, and every corner of the internet was talking about the same thing nonstop. Their destination, Stanford, had instantly become the center of global attention. Typically known as a quiet, academic town, Stanford now served as a giant stage awaiting the explosion of the most anticipated concert of the year. Security was tight at several points along the road. Barricades were erected, officers were working extra hard, and coordination was ongoing to control the ever-evolving situation. However, even the most prepared systems seemed overwhelmed by this level of enthusiasm. On the other hand, small moments went viral. A brief wave, a smile caught on camera, or a glance from inside a vehicle was enough to make millions of people around the world stop whatever they were doing. The energy surrounding this arrival came not only from the fans, but also from the expectations of the global music industry. Many were calling this tour one of the biggest moments of the decade, with an impact that went far beyond the concert. As night fell, the atmosphere didn't subside. The lights of Stanford reflected off the expectant faces lingering around the venue. They didn't want to miss the chance to see their idols once again, even from a distance. Inside the hotel, which served as their temporary resting place, the atmosphere was stark contrast. It was calm, quiet, and far removed from the hustle and bustle outside. But everyone knew this calm was only temporary before the next storm began on the main stage. The international media continued to report developments in real time. Every small detail became major news, every movement made headlines. The world was truly witnessing a cultural phenomenon unmatched by any other event. Outside, the army remained. They sang, chanted, and created an atmosphere that even cameras couldn't fully capture. There was something about it that could only be experienced in person, not simply seen on a screen. Jungkook's fleeting appearance from behind a vehicle became one of the most viral moments of the night. Within seconds, millions of posts appeared, showcasing a spontaneous reaction that couldn't be staged. Jimin also returned to the spotlight when his small interactions with fans were captured on camera. Simple things became huge symbols of the emotional closeness between artist and fan that had been building for years. But behind all the spotlight, there was a long journey yet to be completed. This arrival was just the beginning of a larger-than-life sequence that would determine how the 2026 concert would be remembered in the future. And when the world finally calmed down, one thing became clear. What happened at Stanford wasn't just an artist's arrival, but a global event that transformed the city, emotions, and the internet all in one unforgettable night.